Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I want to talk to you about hypnosis and whether you can be hypnotized or whether you can't be hypnotized. A lot of people ask me, a lot of people ask me this question. They say, am I able to be hypnotized? How do I know I'm able to be hypnotized? And some people will take it so far where they say, literally, I can't be hypnotized. It doesn't work on me. My mind is too powerful, which I always think is kind of funny because I think that they're missing the point of what hypnosis is or what hypnosis is trying to do for them. We go into hypnosis all the time as human beings. You probably experience this when you read a book, and it's a really good book. You kind of want to get lost in that fantasy world, or you want to get lost in that the content of the book. Or when you watch a movie, you want to get lost in the content of the movie. And Hollywood obviously spends millions and millions and millions of dollars so that this happens, so that you're not in the theater kind of laughing at it and kind of disassociated from it. They want you to be associated into it. And the cool thing is that after you watch a good movie, you can kind of think about it the next day and you can kind of get reabsorbed back into it. So that's basically what hypnosis is. It's getting absorbed into a certain feeling or into a certain thought, and working out your problems in that state, with the unconscious mind, and getting away from the conscious mind. You may also experience it when you're driving down the highway. It's called highway hypnosis. It's when you can't remember the last 10 minutes of your trip. You're just suddenly home and you're like, oh, right. Like, you've just done that drive so many times before. And, you just kind of blank out and you just start thinking about other things in your life. And the our imaginations are very, very powerful, and we have the ability to see illusions and to get caught up in our imagination, um, very, very easily. When we're relaxed and when we're calm and when we're confident. Obviously, if we're experiencing some discomfort or if there's something that we need to be present to in the moment, then it kind of takes us out of that hypnotic state that we're in. But all this to say is that hypnosis is a natural state. It's a very um, it's a great state to be in, and a lot of people enjoy being in hypnosis. I think the idea of people being I can't be hypnotized or does hypnosis work on me comes from stage hypnotism. And in that kind of um, situation, the hypnotist is trying to achieve something completely different from hypnotherapy. They are trying to entertain the crowd. And in order to do that, they have to work very, very quickly. And there are people in the public who are just naturally more suggestive, naturally more, are able in those circumstances to go into hypnosis faster. I know myself, if I were to get on stage, and especially years and years ago, I actually did go see a hypnotist stage performance before I even thought about being a hypnotist myself. And I remember not volunteering to go up because being in front of a crowd at that time would just be way too much for me. So the idea that I would be able to be hypnotized in front of a crowd is probably not going to happen, and I probably would have got sent back. Because the hypnotist is not looking for people who are um, who can go into hypnosis. They're looking for people who can drop into hypnosis very, very quickly, very, very easily, and people who will follow their suggestions so that the crowd can laugh and be entertained. So, however, when you're in the context of a hypnotherapy session where you're both working directly with when you're working directly with the hypnotist to solve your problems, um, I believe anybody can be hypnotized. I've never come across a person who can't be hypnotized. And even if a technique doesn't really work for them because of a specific situation where um, they just can't relax for some reason, where you try to put an induction on them and they just can't allow themselves to relax. There are other methods and other techniques that a hypnotist can employ to get them into that hypnotic state. I've never met a challenge where a person is just unhypnotizable at all. So if somebody says, I saw, and this has never happened, but if somebody said, I saw another hypnotherapist and they were unable to hypnotize me, I would imagine that that hypnotist uh, probably didn't employ enough techniques or employ enough understanding to that person's situation to put them into a hypnotic state. But myself, I've never come across somebody who is just unhypnotizable. It just doesn't seem um, possible. Just human beings are just naturally, they fall into hypnosis every single day. And it's when you get lost in your thoughts, it's when you get lost in your imagination. And to be a human being, I think you just have to have that ability to do that. Anyway, hope that this video made sense. Hope that it was informative. And I hope that if you're somebody who thinks that they can't be hypnotized and that's what's holding you back from reaching out to a hypnotist and talking to them, that this video has kind of inspired you to take the next steps to talk to a hypnotist about your anxiety, because it is the best way to get rid of anxiety. I think personally, it was the best thing that I have ever done to get rid of my own anxiety. So, that being said, my name is Stephen Holmes. I'm a hypnotist. I work with people with anxiety. If you have anxiety, you want to get rid of it, reach out to me. I have a consult call link in the description. You can click that. You can set up a call with me. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to work with you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.